And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. During a White House ceremony last week celebrating the 1980 Miracle on Ice hockey game, team captain Mike Eruzione gifted President Trump a cowboy hat. I'm sorry, gifted all of us a cowboy hat. Not exactly a great look for Trump. I never thought I'd say this, but get that guy a red MAGA cap stat. Look at him. He looks like he's having his birthday at Roy Rogers. Either that or he was celebrating finally bringing those Duke boys to justice. Well, traveling over the weekend to attend the Army-Navy football game, President Trump said that when people asked him which team he supports, he tells them, quote, "You must be joking if you think I'm going to give you that answer. Oh, I think it's pretty clear you support the Cowboys. Sorry, expect this one to show up a lot. We'll be seeing you soon, child's hat." During a White House ceremony last week celebrating the 1980 men's Olympic hockey team, President Trump noticed that there was a hockey puck on his desk and said, quote, "Does this mean anything, or is this something they just gave me?" Well, maybe he was just trying to prepare us all for Christmas with our parents. Did you think I would like this, or was it on sale at the checkout? President Trump posted photos on Truth Social over the weekend showing a new sign next to his so-called Presidential Walk of Fame that says the West Wing. We could have had a president, but instead we elected a suburban mom who puts words on the wall. That's right, President Trump put up a sign next to his Walk of Fame that says the West Wing. Hey man, that's a government building and you made it look like a store in the Hamptons that sells $400 napkin rings. President Trump criticized Indiana State Senate Republicans over the weekend who did not vote to redraw the state's congressional map and added, quote, "Every one of these people should be primaried, and I will be there to help, just as soon as he finds his horse." Last one. That was the last one. The maker of the robot vacuum Roomba said today that it has filed for bankruptcy. Apparently, the whole company got themselves into a corner and couldn't get out. You know, every now the news is pretty bad, and every now and then, so there's some breaking story out of the Roomba company. And finally, Bath and Body Works has begun offering pizza and ranch-scented candles, but if that sounds good to you, your house probably already smells like pizza and ranch. President Trump said yesterday that he is considering relaxing federal laws on marijuana, despite the fact that he clearly can't handle it. President Trump is also reportedly considering demolishing 4 federal buildings unless someone can explain to him why we even need the House of Representatives. President Trump posted a headline last week from the Washington Examiner calling him the, quote, "most important president in maybe 100 years. Okay, but important doesn't mean good. Like, for example, it's important to get that weird mole checked out. President Trump posted a photo on Truth Social on Sunday promoting his Gold Card immigration program with the caption, "Get your Trump card today." Where? At a Spencer's Gifts? That doesn't look like a visa. It looks like how you'd buy drinks at a MAGA-themed bar mitzvah. President Trump reposted an image on Truth Social yesterday showing a dumpster fire labeled 2020. Apparently, his cognitive test didn't include the question, who was president in 2020? And finally, a 69-year-old grandmother was arrested recently in the Bahamas after she allegedly tried to reboard a Royal Caribbean cruise ship with a firearm, which is still not the worst review the improv troupe ever got. President Trump was set tonight to address the country with Fox, NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox News, and CNN all carrying the speech live. So either we're at war with Venezuela or there are some exciting new updates about the ballroom. Tonight's 3-hour season finale of Survivor on CBS was set to be interrupted by President Trump's primetime address to the nation in part of his continuing quest to never let anyone know what happens on private islands. What happened? That's why they're private. President Trump said yesterday he agrees with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles' assessment that he has an alcoholic's personality. Okay, but even they don't pass out this much. In a new interview with Vanity Fair, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles confirmed that President Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. Yeah, I'll bet. If I had to guess, he's mentioned in the Epstein files like the whale is mentioned in Moby Dick. Every other page. Vanity Fair published pictures from a photo shoot with Trump administration officials yesterday, including an extreme close-up of Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. That's unfortunate. That looks like the photographer's thumb was in the way. His resting thumb face. At a Hanukkah reception yesterday, President Trump claimed that former White House physician and Congressman Dr. Ronnie Jackson told him he was healthier than former President Barack Obama and Joe Biden. I don't know, the way you've been looking lately, I'd say you're just a little bit healthier than Ronald Reagan. President Trump said on Monday that he's considering an executive order loosening regulations on marijuana. Wait, this is before the munchies? Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told reporters yesterday that he won't release the full unedited video of a September attack on a suspected drug boat because he accidentally taped last night's bar rescue over it. According to a new survey, 15% of frequent travelers said that their most forgotten item this year was a phone charger, while 1% said, Kevin! You know, once I'll forgive.
Twice? Twice.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced on Monday that 3 New York City casino projects have been granted gaming licenses, or if you really want to gamble in New York, sit down on the F train. And finally, in honor of the holiday season, McDonald's today offered customers an Egg McMuffin for $2. If you're wondering what that has to do with the holidays, the oil will last for 8 nights. President Trump defended his economic record last night in an 18-minute televised primetime address. 18 minutes? That has to be the shortest speech ever. Even the outgoing message on his voicemail is longer than that. You've reached President Donald J. Trump, the greatest president in history, and you're hearing it more and more and more. That's right, President Trump defended his economic record last night in an 18-minute televised primetime address on the economy and cited numerous exaggerated statistics. For instance, he claimed the speech was 54 minutes. Almost an hour, not bad. During the same address, President Trump repeated his false claim that he's lowered drug prices by as much as 600%. Okay, one more time. You can't lower anything more than 100%. 100% is free. Even at the Burlington Coat Factory in Phoenix in July, the parkas are only 70% off. President Trump defended his economic record last night in a televised primetime address. Well, it certainly looks like the price of Red Bull has gone down. Look at how angry he is. Even Taylor Armstrong's like, take a breath. President Trump today received an intelligence briefing because if he's going to spend the holidays with them, he's got to learn their names. Oh, this old dossier. Well, it's our last show of the year, so let's take a quick look back at all the best moments of 2025. That's pretty much it. Pretty rad when it happened. Pretty rad. Kind of saved the year because it happened last week. The New York City Council is considering a new measure that would give the mayor a 16% pay raise, bringing the salary to more than $300,000 a year, which is great because then he'd only need 2 roommates. Taco Bell announced yesterday that it will begin offering the quesarito. Well, they didn't announce it. America is back. That's right, Taco Bell will begin offering the quesarito tomorrow, which is a burrito filled with ground beef, rice, chipotle sauce, and sour cream, and then wrapped in a cheese quesadilla. Ooh, heading there now, said EMTs. And finally, Christmas is 1 week from today, so if you haven't started shopping yet, hope your kid likes their La Bao Bao. And that was a monologue, everyone.